The key points I learned from the video were that lawsuits and uh, things like this are happening in the coaching field. I wasn't even aware that such lawsuits were brought about on coaches or officials, which is kind of awing in a way. My father's been involved in coaching my whole life. My sister and I've never even heard of such a lawsuit. Uh, Anytime in my own involvement in sports, anytime in my family's involvement in sports. So this was just really shocking. I think some of the number that I took away was that 200 lawsuits a year, which is 4 lawsuits a week. Uh, um, that's incredible, and it's interesting that they throw all these out because it's not the mission of sports and teaching our kids sports especially at the high school level where only 2% move on. And so that was really the key thing I learned is that things like this actually happen, and there's nowhere are you safe from people trying to bring about lawsuits on you. So as for number 2, describe what changes you may consider in your approach to coaching as a result of the video. I don't think that there's much changes in my coaching. I think that the reason why we all get involved in sports is to actually help the kids and really have an interest in their well-being and their development and help them move on if they can. And if they can't, they take away the lessons that they learn from sports, and that's part of growing and part of life. And I think if we have the best interest and really take an optimistic approach that most kids want to learn, most kids have a good outlook, and you got to help them. You can't think about what could happen or that any of them might do something like that. So keeping a positive outlook. And finally, for the last question, what suggestions might I have for coaches in the field is, I guess, just you might want to document things like in the case of the baseball pitcher, pitch count, document any injuries, make sure that your training staff documents things that are happening around the students, and that way at least you have a way to protect yourself when things are on record, and you have it documented, and you can say, hey, look, I mean, this guy was never complained about an arm injury, or if he threw X amount of pitches, this is how many pitches he threw each day, and kind of keep guys under control. If you're I don't know, as far as the winning and losing and football, I don't know when that video was made, but there's been a lot of rule changes as far as helmets coming off. With that much time on the clock, there's a 10-second runoff, the game would have been over. So things have happened, and I don't know that there's anything to recommend other than, I guess, just make sure you keep a record of everything that your athletes are doing, and that might help protect yourself. So thanks, guys. Hope to hear your responses soon.